My name is Montana and I'm 13 years old. I started cheerleading last year, at the start of last year. And then I started gymnastics a few years ago and then I came back to it this year. Well, I wanted to start cheerleading because I heard of a couple of my friends who did cheerleading. We started competitions last year, around the middle of the year. Winterfest Senior Level 1 all-girl first place and grand champions. So we got grand champions at our first competition. Well, at the end of last year, Outlaws had tryouts to go to NCA, which is the biggest competition in the world. So it's the national one, it's in America. And I tried out for the level 1 team and I got in. So at the start of this year, I got to go to America for a competition and we came 4th.
Do you do a lot of training and exercise outside of your gymnastics and your cheerleading?
Yeah, well, I train about 5 to 6 times a week, sometimes more if it's like close to a competition.
And is that for an hour?
Or sometimes quite a lot more. I remember last week, right before my gym comp, I think I trained 15 hours that week. Yeah, well, cheerleading and gymnastics is quite dangerous, especially cheerleading with stunting and things.
So have you ever been hurt yourself?
Not stunting, but I broke a finger last year, a week before Nationals, tumbling. And then I sprained a finger as well right before I went to America. And I have ankle problems. I'd want to go to Worlds for cheerleading. Yeah, it's kind of like the Olympics but for cheerleading.
Well, I've always wanted to be in the entertainment industry since I was younger, and I've only just recently started to do acting classes and workshops to try and develop more of my skill. So I currently do workshops with an acting academy.
Oh, what are they called?
New Faces Talent Academy. I started acting like properly in year 8. I did theatre for a bit and then I got into NFTA, New Faces Talent Academy, and I've been doing that since start of last year, so nearly 2 years. I did theatre for a bit. I only did it for about a term, and then I realised I liked more on-camera work, and so I did a short film recently. It was called Black to White, and that was really fun. It's about a young girl, and she's migrated from Syria, and her and her family been living here for about 2 years, and it's just going on her journey and her struggles of living in Australia. I played the older sister, and I was a really mean older sister to her. I was embarrassed of the family, and I didn't want to be around them, and I just tried to detach myself away from them a lot. Just trying to look for a line that's really significant to my character. Stay away from me. You're weak. You can barely defend yourself. So that's when I first started theatre. That's my theatre book and my certificate. That's the first ever script I did in theatre. This is when I first started New Faces Talent Academy. And then I did lots of workshops as well. And with those workshops, we did showcases. And with the showcases, I got awards and stuff. I got honourable mentions. And so far, I've done like 5 showcases, and I've gotten all these awards for it. My dad's born in Lebanon, and my mum was born here. And then my dad moved here when he married my mum.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah, we've just been here ever since, pretty much.
And also, you're probably good. You get lots of exotic sort of roles, I imagine, like for your acting and stuff like that.
That would be ideal, but sometimes it's just a bit hard because, like, I'm not the cliche blonde, blue eyes. Sometimes that's all they look for. But when they're looking for like Middle Eastern, it's really good because I look Middle Eastern.
Phone addiction, is that you? Or social media addiction?
Oh, yes. It's really bad. Always on my phone and, it's really bad. Just like, can't get away from it. And I've got a really bad thing I've got a fear of missing out. So if I'm not on social media, I always feel like I'm missing out on something. So I'm always just on my phone. And
How many hours do you think you spend on it?
oh, all the time. Like, there's not a certain hours. It's pretty much all the time on my phone. Whatever spare minute I have. Like, I try to avoid going on it at school just so I can concentrate. But sometimes I'm always on it. Like, at home especially. And at least 12 hours a day. Well, yeah, I want to try cut it down, but I'm also like, if I cut it down, what am I going to miss out on? And like being surrounded by social media that's filling up with all these like ideal body images, it's kind of hard to escape what's the ideal body image, if you get what I mean. It's everywhere, and like you have to be skinny, tall, and but yeah. Yeah, I was bullied a lot, just like it's the way I look, weight things. In year 6, I was bullied a bit, and then in year 8, I was also bullied. Sorry, it's really personal. Sorry.
No, it's a bit emotional.
Well, when I was in year 6, I just moved to that school, and they were all like really sporty and stuff, and I wasn't, and so that's probably why I got bullied there. I sort of just like, I didn't realise it was bullying until it was over. And by then I was already in year 7. But I haven't moved schools from when I was in year 8. I'm still at that school. We sort of just stopped talking, but now we're just all talking again. And we're like, it was such a year 8 thing and we're all over it now. I want to get my lips done just to make them a bit bigger. It's like a sort of subconscious thing. Just want to like, it might give me that little bit of extra boost. I know it's bad, but like, because one's like, the top lip's really like small compared to my bottom lip. I just want to like even it out. It is a scary thing. You're getting needles poked in you, and I hate needles. And
So if you did it, when would you do it? In a few years?
probably in a few years.
Like when you're 18?
Yeah,
or?
probably when I'm 18. I feel like it's a really personal thing. If they really want to and they're very self-conscious in themselves, I guess they can, but it might ruin like their face when they're older. They might get more wrinkles and stuff. I'm like a very natural person. I believe in like natural beauty and stuff, but if you're really self-conscious about something and there's something you can do about it, then do it. Just be you. Don't let others get in the way of anything you want to do. If you want to do something, just do it. Don't listen to anyone else. Just be yourself, really.